Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got my phone plugged into the charger, but hopefully this will be fine. Now, I wanted to do a video. As you know, I always like to do first impressions before my live so that you can get a kind of quick rundown, but there's even more of a reason that I wanted to do that today. I really want anybody that's considering buying this palette to watch this first, because I have some very important headlines. Okay, so let's get to what I ordered. So I ordered, first of all, I ordered the new Flawless Eye Filter, and this is in the shade Star Aura. I also ordered the Diva Lights palette. So these are both quads, just new out. I ordered the Flawless filter in shade, just dropped that. Thankfully, I don't think it will have broken. The Flawless filter in shade 4.5, which I think is going to be perfect for me. And I've got some swatches of that. I'm going to show you a lot of this during my live. So I'm just quickly showing you. I ordered the two little mini airbrush Flawless finishes. They were selling these last year on eBay when they were available in America. And they were charging an absolute fortune for them. So anyway, I got one in medium and I got one in fair. Really excited about having a little one for my bag. That's really good. And I also got the Flawless filter in shade 4.5 in the travel size, because I knew it was going to be a perfect match for me. But I want to get on to the palettes. So I will be back, and I just want to get these palettes and show you them and tell you something very important about them. Okay, so I'm not going to make you wait long for this, but I'm just going to show you, first of all, the two palettes. So you can see they've both got kind of special edition packaging on them, and they come in this very pretty box. And they're both very pretty palettes. They actually look better in real life than they do on the website. This one reminds me of the only one that I never got, the one that I can never remember the name of. So this one is called Diva Lights. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that close, and you can see it's got Hollywood written in here. And then I will show you this one, which is called Star Aura, which is here. Okay, now I'm going to show you some swatches in a minute, but first I want to give you the headline. I'm not very happy with Miss Tilbury this morning. I looked at these and I thought, I don't know what occurred to me, and I haven't seen any other reviews, so other people may have mentioned this, but I thought there looks like there's less product in these. So I went to check the weight, and sure enough, they are 2.8 grams. So I started looking at all my other palettes. So here's the headline. The original palettes, the original quads that were in the iconic looks. So things like Bella Sophia, which used to be called something else, I know, and the Rebel, and Glamour Muse, all the ones that were in the original iconic looks, had 5.2 grams of product in them. And still do have 5.2 grams of product, and they cost £40 each. Okay, then you're moving on to the color coded eye quads, and they also cost £40 each, but they only have 5 grams of product in them. Now, just to give you a comparison, these have cost £42. And they only have 2.8 grams of product. That is nearly, just over half of what her other palettes have got in them. And you're paying £42. So basically, they're costing double the amount, really, because you're getting nearly half the amount. Now, I looked on the website, and when you look at the other quads, and I screenshot this because she probably will add it in, or she might add it in later if she gets complaints. I've screenshot the details of all three palettes, the original iconic palettes, the color-coded palettes, and these palettes. And these are the only palettes that do not have the net weight written in the description on her website. The other two have got the fill weight at the bottom. These do not have the fill weight. Right, so I think it is very, very misleading and very naughty. I'm trying to kind of be as polite as I can, but basically you're paying double. You know, for the same amount you would have nearly paid double. So let me just tell you what I mean, because I've written down the figures. I'll be straight back. Okay, so I worked out the price per gram of each of the 3 types of palettes that I'm talking about. So Charlotte's original quads in her original iconic looks, 5.2 grams of product costs £40, which works out at £7.70 per gram. Her colour-coded palettes, which are £40 for 5 grams of product, work out at £8 per gram. And these new palettes at 2.8 grams, 2.8 grams for £42 work out at £15 a gram. £15 a gram. So it is actually over double the price per gram as her original iconic palettes. I had to kind of do a double take, and I'm still looking and thinking, does she mean for each one? But she doesn't, because I can see that these are smaller. So basically, you're paying more, you're paying double the amount per gram as you did in her original iconic palettes. So I just wanted you to know that, because I just checked before I came on here and the fill weight is not in her description. Hopefully Charlotte will put it up soon. I think it's very misleading. They are beautiful palettes, but I do think that this was very misleading. Okay, let's just move on from that, because you know I'm a collector and I'm going to get them anyway. And now you've got the information to decide whether or not it's worth getting them for yourself. So let's move on to the swatches. They are, I think they are beautiful palettes, and they are quite different to normal ones. I think the formula may have changed a little bit as well. I don't know whether that is because, if you can see this writing, Hollywood, it may just be that the topper has changed. It feels a little bit different when you're swatching them. So it may just be that it's just an overspray. They feel a little bit different. And obviously there is no pop shade at all in here. She calls them Prime, Enhance, Smoke, Define. Okay, so this is a black shade, obviously, for definition. Now, obviously, we were used to paying £42 for a palette of pops. But let's move on from the price. I still can't get over it. I'm shocked. Right, and then, so this one, let me just show you the swatches of that, and I'll just put that here now. Okay, so this one we're now on to is Star Aura. This one is, this reminds me of a Christmas edition that she brought out a few years ago, where the shades were quite a bit lighter. They are all shimmer shades, whereas there is one matte shade in the other one. The black is a kind of, well, it actually is probably slightly shimmery, the black even. So they're shimmer shades, they're all shimmer shades. And it reminds me of Legendary Muse, I think it was called. So they're quite light, but they will be very eye brightening. And I can't wait to try this on my live. Let me just leave you with the swatches here. Okay, just showing you quickly the other things. So this is the travel size of the airbrush flawless filter. I'm a sucker for travel sizes, and I don't mind paying a little extra for them when they're clearly marked and they say travel sizes. So, you know, let that be a lesson to people marketing out there. If you're very transparent about your pricing and the sizes, people will still buy, but they get annoyed when you're not. Okay, I'm trying to move on from it, but I'm still shocked. This is shade 4.5. Now, I opened the bigger size, and I did some swatches, and I'm going to put the swatches here because I have shades 3, 4, and 5 to compare it against. So I'm going to put the swatches here. So I think the Flawless filter is going to be a perfect shade for me. I always felt that 3 was too light, 5 was too dark, and 4 just kind of washed me out. It looked grey on my skin. So again, it just feels like Charlotte must have heard me. She didn't. I'm not that big-headed, and certainly not after putting out this video. But I think it's just perfect for people like myself that have got an olive skin tone, so they're medium skin, but they're not really, you know, they're not going towards tan, which is kind of 5 is more orangey. They're not really medium because that would wash them out. They're not really 3 because that's too fair, although I use that as a highlighter. They're kind of olive medium tan. I think shade 4.5 is perfect, and of course even more perfect, they've got one in the trial size as well. Now I will put that on in my live. Now before I go, I'm just going to see if I can prise open one of these. The packaging is not easy to open these days either. They've got this thing where you have to kind of press it in to break the seal, and it's not always that easy to open. Here is one of them. Look at that. Isn't that really witty? I love travel things. I really do. So that is the kind of size you're getting. And I just love the convenience of that. It's probably quite overpriced for the amount, but I don't mind because the weight is clearly there and the price is clearly there. So I've made the decision that I just want to have it because I love carrying my powders and things around in a bag, and the smaller the better. And I just think that's really cute. I think somewhere, I think in the USA, they were giving these away at Sephora for a while. But they're just so cute. They're about the size, by the way. If you want to get an idea of the size, apart from looking at it against my palm, I would say they're about the same size as the colour correctors, perhaps slightly bigger. I will compare the sizes against the colour corrector in my live. I'm upstairs, as you can see right now. Okay, well, I better go because I've got to get this video out. Excuse the fact if there's any editing mistakes, you know why, but I wanted to get this video out before my live. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you at my live at 1 o'clock. Do bear with me if I'm running a little bit late. Had a few things to sort out this end this morning, but I will be there. So just tune in whenever you can after 1 o'clock, probably more like 10 past now. Okay, see you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye. Mwah.